let's get right into it. So today, let's get inside Mr. C's brain, part 2. So today I want to talk to you about this idea that I have about the English language. How sometimes I see the English language as a machine. It's a communication of an idea machine. And I came up with this philosophy because I got tired of hearing some people say that, some people they got a knack for writing, and other people they just don't. They're just not good at English. And first of all, look, I will totally meet you halfway. When I went to teacher school, they taught us about the 7 different kinds of intelligence, and verbal intelligence is one of those types of intelligence, and it's certainly one that I have a knack for. There's other types of intelligence that I'll just say I struggle with. One of them is known as body kinesthetic intelligence. That's where you know what's going on with your body and how to use it. And athletes, dancers, those kinds of people have that kind of intelligence. I most certainly do not. I remember in phys ed class in 8th grade, they tried really hard to teach me how to play basketball and do a layup. I mean, I was a tall kid, and they didn't know that Szerzynski in Polish means can't play sports, but they gave it a go. Or at my wedding, when we have to do the first dance, my wife and I, we kept it real simple. It was really pretty much just that I will have my hands on her waist, and we will go in a circle and still manage to step on her feet twice. Yeah, I do not have that type of intelligence. So if you don't have a real knack for English, I do have some good news. All is not lost. Not if you look at it like a machine. Look, let's take a car. A car is a machine. I'm going to refer to cars as a travel from point A to point B machine. And English is a communication of an idea machine. Okay, so let's take a sentence like, the cat ran. There's nothing wrong with that sentence. It's simple, but it does the job. It communicates the idea of what is going on with that cat. It ran. The same way that a simple point A to point B machine car, remember? The Toyota Corolla. There's nothing real fancy about it, but it'll do the job. Now let's take a look at another sentence. Similar sentence. Let's go with the slinky black feline scuttled away through the shadows. It's the same idea as the cat ran, but it's doing that job with a little bit more style. Same way you could take a Toyota Corolla and you can put some big old rims on it, some spoilers, give it a fancy paint job. You could modify that Toyota Corolla so it is getting you from point A to point B in style. Machines have parts, and each part does its own job. In a travel from point A to point B machine, cars, they have parts like, they have an engine, and that provides the power, and they have transmissions, and that takes the power from the engine and brings it to the wheels so you can move forward. They have radiators, which takes heat away from the engine and cools the engine. And cars have turn signals, but they don't really do anything, so you never have to use them. Yeah, that sarcasm blue SUV on Vestal Parkway over the weekend. Come on, you think I'm a mind reader? And like any other machine, English has parts too, and they all have specified jobs, like conjunctions, words like and. Those glue or weld different pieces together. The exclamation point, it's like a high emotion indicator. Adjectives modify nouns. That word modify shows up in car circles all the time. When we give you an outline to follow for an essay, those different sections of a piece of writing, they're also like parts. They serve a purpose. Like the counterclaim, it's like a side mirror to give you a different perspective on an issue. The hook that starts your essay, its function is to get your reader interested in reading what else you have to say. Even when you're texting in casual texting language, the rules, and no, look, I'm not about to do a thing that I know some English teachers do and go off on how texting is ruining our understanding of proper grammar. I'm not. I think those rules are really interesting because, one, they're all relatively new. Two, they're constantly evolving. And what kind of rules am I talking about? It's still parts of a machine. In texting, the period can add emphasis. You, period, no, period, exactly, period, what, period, I, period, mean, period. That sounds like a very serious sentence. Think of the impact on a message just a caps lock key can have. Capital letters in texting language, it's yelling! It's yelling! So when we start working with the English language in this kind of technical side of things, it might help to think of it as a communication machine. In Schoology, I made a short quiz, but you know what? I want to move away from that term quiz and that term test. Instead, we're going to go with celebration of knowledge, because really, a quiz or a test is just an opportunity for you to show off what you know. So I built a celebration of knowledge in Schoology about today's Inside Mr. C's Brain, Part 2. I think what it will do is will not only allow you to show off your understanding, but it may help provide some additional understanding beyond just this video. I do recommend reading the questions carefully. I do not like trick questions, but you can't provide an answer if you don't really know what's being asked. So read the questions carefully. Look forward to the submissions of the celebrations of knowledge. See you real soon.